Hey, and welcome back to another video. It is your Lifestyle is K, your secure woman mentor. And today I want to talk about embodying your high priestess energy. I feel like this is something that we need to embody, especially when you have experienced repeated toxic relationships and you just can't seem to tap into healthy relationships as it pertains to, people in general. It's very important that we know how to truly tap into the deepest of who we are in order to heal and uncover the things that we are missing, the points that we are missing in our life. It's important that we unlock our deep wisdom and our deep knowing. I like to think that those who have consistently experienced toxic relationships, there's something deeper within that has to be born within yourself. And so tapping into that highest feminine, highest priestess energy is imperative to your elevation. And so let's dive in. Day in, day out, believe in strangers for help. Don't dwell upon this thought right now. The most powerful woman isn't the loudest in the room. It's the one that knows herself deeply, trusts her intuition, and walk with a quiet confidence that exudes that high priestess energy. If you've ever doubted yourself or ignored your intuition or felt disconnected from your inner voice, this is a reminder that your wisdom is already within you. And so, what is high priestess energy? What is this all about? The high priestess is an embodiment of a deep inner knowing, like a deep wisdom. And that deep wisdom is it comes from you trusting your voice and trusting your intuition, listening to your inner self. It holds a mystical wisdom, meaning that you understand life's deepest truths. You're not always believing what is just being told. You know that there's something deeper and you trust what you're feeling. A high priestess has emotional mastery, meaning that she responds. She doesn't react. She holds a magnetism of presence. She has a power without force. And I know a lot of you probably already feel that that's what you have. You just don't know how to exude it on a day-to-day basis. You don't know how to tap into it at this very moment, but you know that it's there. You know that it's in you. But a lot of women struggle to access that energy. And why? Number one is because of past traumas, childhood trauma, relationship traumas. It's trauma. Trauma gets to you early, especially when you have that fire within you that you don't even know that you have. And with that trauma comes the need to have external validation, comes you not listening to your inner self, closing off that inner voice, right? You've been told that the way that you feel isn't important, but the way that other people feel is more important than what you're feeling. You've turned off your inner guidance in order to be led by someone or other people that don't even know where they're going in life. You second guess yourself because you've been told that it's better to listen to logic than your intuition. And one thing about logic is that it doesn't always make sense, but people will make you feel like it makes better sense than your own inner knowing. Logic sometimes work, I get it, but sometimes your inner knowing is a lot more accurate than the logic that someone is giving you, than the logic that someone is telling you to believe and trust and go with. Embodying that high priestess energy, you're going to listen to your inner self. You're going to take the path that yourself is saying, no, go this way, because you feel drawn to that. You know that's the way that you're supposed to go. You know that's what you're supposed to do. Logically, does it make sense? No. But tapping into that feminine energy, that high priestess energy, that intuition, that inner voice is going to guide you right every time. A lot of times, a person that has that high priestess energy and just hasn't accessed it yet has allowed themselves to be led by people who don't even know where they're going. You're wanting validation by people who can't even validate themselves. You want approval from people who don't have the credentials to give you approval. But that's only because out of your trauma, out of your overthinking, out of your voice being silenced, you feel that their voice, what they feel, what they know is more important than what you know to be true. And with that, it has caused you to be disconnected from yourself. That's why you struggle to access that high priestess energy, because you're disconnected from yourself. There's so much external noise that when it comes to you even attempting to think for yourself, there's always someone telling you, no, don't do that. Why would you do that? That doesn't make sense. And the reality is that they just don't know anyone that's done it. But plenty of people are out here living their highest lives because they decided to listen to themselves over all the external noise. As you grow and you start to tap into your high priestess energy, you'll realize that all or most of the information that was provided to you was just didn't work for you. And it's okay to change your mind. It is okay to shift into your deeper intuition. It's okay to shift outside of what people consider normal, shift out of that into your own knowing, into your new normal. One thing about high priestess energy is that they don't listen to people outside of them tell them what to do. They trust their own knowing. And as we enter into this age, we're trusting our knowing, and you have to tap into that high energy, that high priestess energy, because you know what is needed for you better than anyone else. One thing I want to leave you with is that we all have our journeys here. In this particular life, we've only been here maybe once, right? This life, as you are in this moment. So someone else telling you what to do and what not to do, just look at their life. And if it doesn't hold up to the standard in which you know yours should be held to, cut the noise. Listen to yourself. Listen to your inner knowing. And even if it does stand up to the level you feel like it should be, still take what's needed and leave what doesn't work. Trust yourself enough to know that whichever way you decide to go, it's always going to work for your greatest and highest good as you walk in your high priestess energy. I'll see you on the next video.